term Black Lives Matter, I think a lot of people misconstrue what it means. A lot of people, when they hear it, they hear only Black Lives Matter. But that's not what we're saying. What we're really saying is Black Lives Matter too. And sometimes I think that could have been a better slogan, because that would have helped better get across our message. But then again, if your overall objective is to misunderstand, then it doesn't matter how we word it, you're not going to understand it anyway. But it's just letting the world know that, we feel as if we haven't mattered up until this point. And we want to let you know we're here. We're human beings just like you. We perceive thought just like you. We're not 1/4 of a man. We're existing human beings. We have equal value just like you. And we want our voices heard. My very first protest, it was a couple months ago. I think it was in June, in the city of Compton. Asia Brown and several others, they hosted it. It was actually very, very powerful. We marched from where's that at? In Compton, that little plaza, little shopping center where the Fridays is, and that Target and Best Buy. Yeah, yeah, right there. We marched from there to the Compton courthouse, and it was just so powerful. There was a few people that were out there, a few celebrities, a few athletes. I remember walking alongside DeMar DeRozan, and pretty tall. I think I'm tall. I'm 6'5". Walking to this dude, I'm like, yo. But it was very impactful. Everybody was out there for the same reason, on with one mind and on one accord. We want change. We want justice. And it was like very spiritual. And a few prayers were said that day. And I remember this one part of the protest where they had us hold up our fists in solidarity. And we held up our fists for 8 long minutes. And it was a representation of that cop kneeling on George Floyd's neck. And in those 8 minutes of just holding my arm straight up high, my arm was on fire, just burning. And I remember just wanting to just switch my arm to the other one and just like, man, this hurt, yo. I don't know. But then one of the guys that were speaking, he was like, if your arm is in pain, just think of the pain that George Floyd felt, in those 8 minutes while breath was leaving his body. And that just gave me just the strength that I needed to just persevere. Like what we're going through now, the pain that we have to carry vicariously is just a lot. But I think if we all stand in solidarity with each other, as that protest represented, I think we can all make it. I think the media is doing a fine job at distorting and discrediting the movement. And I use the word fine depending on which side you're standing on. It's when you take part in these protests, you're out there, you see how fun it is, how loving it is, how unified it is. People out there giving you water, people seeing about your well-being, everybody out there for the same reason, no drama, no fuss. But when you get home from this protest and you watch the news, all they show is the things that went wrong. There's no broadcast or light being shined on how powerful and impactful these protests are. All you see is this trash can was on fire, this car, this was on fire, this. So they're literally highlighting all of those anomalies within the protests, these acts of violence. Granted, there are some people who are so frustrated and angry with what's going on that they take things to the extreme and the next level, but that's not what we all represent. They're going off of course when they do that. That's not on course. But when you turn on the news and media, they're discrediting the movement and injecting their own propaganda to sort of diffuse and disunify what we're trying to accomplish. I got a rap for that one. being black in America. They should have told you freedom came at a price. Hand justice for ancestors who have paid with their life. Emancipated, but then gave us our rights. Promised American pie, but they just still ain't gave us a slice. Yikes. So we resort to schemes, do whatever for the green. Overseas, we've been masked up before the quarantine. So it seems we cry for help, but they ain't listening. They trying to see us 6 feet. That's social distancing, I'm missing it. The same color blood in you is in me, but Moses split on a part that is Red Sea, ain't we? Told to love our neighbor, we ain't animals devouring each other, man, it's time we're held accountable. Cause this is bad, man, we need to act fast. Being black is trending till your name's a hashtag. The last laugh goes to he who endures. Justice is the movement, Christ is the cure, let's go. Rap and hip hop culture plays a huge part of my life. Grew up off of it. For me, I consider myself a lyrical activist. I just use my music to sort of, address things and spark change. And things that I probably normally wouldn't say in an everyday conversation, or maybe people wouldn't give an ear to me if I'm just talking like here and now. The moment I put it in a rhyme, people are all ears and, oh, this is the most magnificent thing I've heard. But I've been saying the same stuff in daily conversation. But, this art form is something about the art form of music. It just grabs people. And I think, with any form of art, if you go back to, certain artists and sort of painters, they would paint pictures of Jesus Christ and things like that. That was the art form they used at that time to express what was near and dear to them. Or even if you go with different composers at the end of their music sheet, they'd write Soli Deo Gloria, and which means the glory to God alone. And just at that time, what was dear to them, they felt, I can express this through my art form. And any form of art that grabs our attention, I believe it can be used to spark change, to give thought, to insert our thoughts and beliefs into a culture.